everyone, it's Andrew from AppleInsider, and you're about to head to college and you're looking for which Mac is best to get you through your college years. In this video, we're going to break down which machine you should get and any customization options that you should use and the best way to save the most money on those machines. So let's go ahead and just dive right into this. There are a lot of different Macs out there, and the Mac that we recommend for 95% of you out there is going to be the 1.1 gigahertz quad-core i5 MacBook Air. This is absolutely the best bang for your buck, and it is perfectly suited for college. It's going to be powerful, it's got the new 10th generation Intel chips inside, and if you compare it to the entry-level MacBook Air, it's $300 more, but it doubles your SSD from 256 to 512. It goes from an i3 to an i5 processor, getting you better power, and you're going from a dual core to a quad core machine. So there's a huge difference between that entry-level MacBook Air and that mid-tier MacBook Air with the 1.1 gigahertz quad-core i5 processor. Now, if you want to get a little bit more speed out of your machine and don't mind spending a little bit more, you can drop an extra $150 to go from an i5 to an i7 processor. Or if you're doing graphics work, anything with a video or photos, anything like that that you really want to make sure is nice and smooth, then you can opt to double the RAM, which will go from 8 to 16 gigs, and it's going to cost you $200 more. So those are two upgrades that we'd consider if you're looking to get a little more power out of your machine, or you're looking for a little bit better graphics without having to jump up to one of the Pro models. Not only that, but because of Apple's promotions right there, you can get $100 off out of the gate for being a student, and right now you can get a free set of AirPods. So it goes from a $1,300 machine to $1,200, and you are getting a free set of AirPods at the same time. So the 1.1 gigahertz quad-core i5 MacBook Air is our absolute hands-down recommendation for almost everyone out there going to college. Of course, we're going portable versus a desktop, and it's the most portable of Apple's lineup, and it's the best mix between that portability and power and affordability in general. Now that is great, that is the most all-around Mac, but if you're looking for something more, there's one other Mac that we would absolutely recommend to students heading to college. So if you are someone who wants a lot of power in your machine heading to college, we are going to recommend the 2.3 gigahertz quad-core 10th gen Intel i5 processor MacBook Pro. And that's the 13-inch MacBook Pro, not the 16. And here's why. One, portability is just still going to be key. You're going to be toting this thing around campus, and the 16-inch adds a lot of weight. It's more screen real estate, it's more metal, and it's more battery in there. So we really recommend sticking with that 13-inch. Now, if you want the 16-inch, get it. There are a lot of people out there who want that 16-inch, and those are probably not the people watching this video trying to decide what machine to get. If you are someone who wants a 16-inch, you are already there. You are already picking out that 16-inch MacBook Pro, and you're not worrying about what we're saying in this video. So for anyone out there who is on the fence, they just want a lot of power in their machine, we'd recommend that 2.3 gigahertz quad-core 10th gen Intel i5 processor 13-inch MacBook Pro. So that is an upgrade kind of from their higher end tier. So there's like the pre-configured models, and this is an upgraded processor on top of that. The other change we would possibly recommend is going from that 16 gig to 32 gigs of RAM. Remember, RAM is not adjustable or upgradable after the fact. So if you're kind of debating, you really want those solid graphics performance, or you're doing a lot of multitasking in general there, we're going to recommend jumping up to 32 gigs of RAM. 32 gigs of RAM is great in these machines. So that is one upgrade we'd also consider there. And where that actually puts you is at about $2,600, which is $200 more than the entry-level 16-inch MacBook Pro. But that 16-inch MacBook Pro has a lot of limitations. It only has 512 gigabytes of storage rather than the 1 terabyte that's coming in that 13-inch that we mentioned. It is only a 9th gen Intel chip, though it is a 6-core machine versus that quad-core machine, but there is a difference there, just an older processor in there. Apple just updated these MacBook Pros, the 13-inch model, so those are very new compared to the 16-inch, which haven't been updated in quite some time. That $2,400 MacBook Pro also still only has 16 gigs of RAM versus the $2,600 MacBook Pro 13-inch that we configured there, that has 32 gigs of RAM. So your MacBook Pro 13-inch is going to be just crazy outfitted. You can get a lot in that machine versus that 16-inch Pro, and you're retaining that portability. So I think that's really important. So not only does that start off there at $2,600 compared to the $2,400 for that 16-inch MacBook Pro, you can get that down thanks to Apple's education discounts. That'll come down to, I believe, like $2,439 is roughly what it ends up at, I believe. And again, you get that free set of AirPods. So $2,439 out the door for that, plus a free set of AirPods. And there's always deals going on all these machines, which is why AppleInsider has a daily updated price guide. So these deals are great, and there's gonna be links for all of this down below in the comments or the description. And if you were to check out the AppleInsider price guide for other great deals on all of Apple's gear, be sure to check that out, because you never know what sales are going to be popping up depending on when you watch this video. You watch this video down the line, there may be another good sale going. So check out that AppleInsider price guide, updated daily with just the best deals around on all of Apple's gear. So that is it. The 13-inch MacBook Pro is going to be our recommendation for power, and that 13-inch MacBook Air, that 1.1 gigahertz quad-core i5 processor, are going to be a recommendation for pretty much everyone. We'll have all the details on the recommended machines down below in the description and the comments, but I want to know what you guys think. Which MacBook are you picking up for college? Let me know over on Twitter at Andrew_OSU, and we'll catch you guys in the next video. Did you guys like that video? Be sure to click on that like button so we can create content that we know that you guys want to see. And follow AppleInsider on all social media channels. If you want the best prices on any Apple gear, check out the AppleInsider price guide that is updated daily. And until next time, we'll see you later.